What is going on, guys? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and now that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have finally dropped, we can have a conversation about this mod. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about UB Assembly, aka Stakataka, and its potential use in the new Smogon in VGC metagames. Now, this is going to be my opinion, and I have been wrong before in the past. For example, when there was the data mine last year and the stats were leaked, I would have told you that Alolan Marowak was trash. I would have told you it was weak to Rock Slow, didn't like coming in on spammable moves like EQ, Scald, Knockoff, Rock Slide, Shadow Ball, things like that. But this again is going to be about UB Assembly, and at the end of this video, leave your predictions on what you think of it down below. I would definitely love to know your thoughts. So, we have its stats, we have its move pool. We don't really know how the new meta is going to play out, so we're definitely going to see. When I first saw it in the reveal trailer, I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so dope. It's going to be something like Rock Ghost, it's going to be something like Rock Steel. After we got a second trailer on it, it was revealed to be Rock Steel. While that isn't a bad typing, I was just hoping for something much cooler. Now, because it is an Ultra Beast, its ability is Beast Boost, so no Sturdy, no Solid Rock, nothing like that. It is damaged neutrally by 6 different types, it is weak to 3 different types, immune to 1 being poison, and then it has 8 different resists. So, nothing too crazy there, pretty cool. 8 different resists, I like it. You know, it's not that crazy, but you know, it's cool. Its stats are very weird. And what I mean by that is that it has the Kartana effect. And what I mean by the Kartana effect is that you're always going to get a defense boost unless you run a negative nature with your lowered IVs. So you have to run a negative defense nature with 15 IVs in your defense in order to get an attack boost, with I think max attack. So just keep that in mind. Now, that kind of means that you're pretty limited on like what you can do, because if you want to give yourself an attack boost, then you're forced to run that defense hindering nature, and when your defense is 211, you know, base, like, it's just not something that I think you would want to do. Now, that's just me. What do I know? Now, going into its move pool, its move pool isn't that wide, but I think it's wide enough to get the job done. Now, it gives it a potential of different roles in both of the metagames. For offensive stab, it has pretty good moves such as Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Rock Blast. It also gets Gyro Ball, which will be hitting everything extremely hard because of that base 13 speed and that base 131 attack. It also gets that Iron Head for that nice, reliable damage, you know what I'm saying. I wish it kind of got Heavy Slam because it does weigh a whopping 1,807 pounds, or for those of you guys not in the US, that's like 820 kilograms, which is pretty thick if you ask me, pretty thick. So that actually puts it in like the top 10 like heavies Pokemon, so definitely something to note there, pretty cool. UB Assembly also has some really cool coverage moves as well. It gets access to things like Zen Headbutt, Superpower, Earthquake, and Bulldoze, so that's kind of cool. Also, I do want to note real quick that it does have Infestation and Bind for trapping shenanigans, although I think if you're going to go for trapping, I think you would want to go with Infestation over Bind, because I believe Infestation is 100% accurate, where Bind is only like 85% accurate, but I think that's something definitely worthy to note, especially if you're playing something along the lines of like VGC and you have like your opponent that might want to be switching out. It's pretty good for like board control, in my opinion. So the cool thing about it though is its support move pool, which is the one reason I think this guy can give like itself a fighting chance. So if you're a singles player, you'd be happy to find out that it gets Stealth Rock, but in general, it gets access to some cool things like Trick Room, Magnet Rise, Skill Swap, Roleplay, and Wide Guard, which I believe is actually pretty cool. You know, if you're the VGC scene, definitely something that I was excited about when I heard it. As far as like what roles I think it will play, I think it's going to be like a monster in Trick Room. I could see it doing really well being paired with something like Reuniclus. I could see it being a decent Stealth Rocker. I think it will do really well holding an Assault Vest. I don't think it's going to be something that's too OP, because in order for it, you know, for it to be OP, I think it would I think this thing is going to require a little bit more skill. It isn't something like you can just drop it in, be faster, spam a move, because if you predict wrong and your opponent goes into something like Excadrill or Como and you click Rock Slide or Iron Head, it can live the hit, and it can force you out very easily because of your speed. So I think another thing that will set this thing back is that it's weak to certain priority moves. Like, it's going to be weak to Mach Punch and Vacuum Wave, 4 times weak to that, and to be exact, it'll be weak to the common like Tapu Fini, Muddy Water, or even Scald. It'll get hit neutrally by of the other Tapu stabs like Tapu Bulu's Wood Hammer or Tapu Koko Thunderbolt. It will resist both of Lele's stabs, which is pretty cool, but I do believe Tapu Lele gets access to the that Focus Blast, so we might see something like Z Focus Blast fight EMZ on Tapu Lele's if UB Assembly is very common. Kartana is probably still going to be around, so you just have Sacred Sword, so that would be able to deal with it pretty well. So pretty much my conclusion here to this thing is that it's going to be pretty tough to use because it has like very low speed. You have the combination of 2 4 times weaknesses, weak to spammable moves like Scald, as well as like not being able to do anything too creative with your stats. Like, you can't force yourself to gain speed because you have that like Kartana effect and always getting that boost in your defense. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit it up with that like, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.